Hello everyone, my name is Iris. I am your local techno daemon, and it is a pleasure to meet you. If you are unfamiliar with the channel, welcome in, and if you are, welcome back. As I said pretty frequently over the past little while, your good old friend Iris is trying something a little bit different. The video that you're seeing on screen right now is a video that I have compiled over the course of a couple of weeks. This is a piece that I had been working on that I wanted to actually put out, but I wanted to take some time and work on it in a different way. I wanted to do a lot of experimentation, I wanted to learn a little bit, and I got to thinking about what I wanted this video to be about. And for me, one of the things that I really enjoyed working on with this was the aspect of indulging my personal loves. You'll see throughout this that there's candy, there's pillows, warm blankets, there's a parfait, there's vampire romance. I love all of these things. And that got me thinking about something that I hadn't thought about for a while, which was, what is creative drive? What drives us to be creative? I think that one of the most interesting things about being creative or being an artist, the fact that you are allowed to indulge in those passions that maybe some people don't get to, quite get into. Before I really dig in, what I really want to do very fast is quickly let you guys know a little bit about the piece and the bits that we're working with here. Our program, our general brushes, etc., etc. I will actually link the majority of the brushes that I use for this, but I primarily use Clip Studio Paint 2.0. And the tablet that I use is a Huion, oh goodness. It seems I've forgotten what it is. And that's Fret, I have it right here. Because I'm super smart and totally didn't forget what tablet I use. It's an Inspiroi 2 Large. For those of you looking to get into art and maybe you want an affordable tablet, I would personally recommend getting into Huion tablets rather than Wacom. Wacom tablets I have had bad experiences with personally, and every single one of my Huions has lasted me ages. They are so reliable, so sturdy, I could literally bang this thing against the wall and it would not cause a problem. The program that I'm using, Clip Studio Paint, you can buy the 2.0 for a small license fee, and then you are also able to pay a yearly fee if you want updates and stuff like that. I'm just using regular 2.0. I'm not actually big on the updates myself, but I really like Clip Studio. The process that we're going through here is a variety of steps, and while we work through this, I will occasionally put up on screen what steps we are where, just so while I'm talking away about the different things that I enjoy about the creative process, and honestly, the creative drive that I have, I don't get too lost. So first things first, if you are looking for inspiration, I think the best way to find it is to look towards your passions. When I think about what drives me as a creative, I often think about my love for anime and manga, and specifically, I have a very particular love for shoujo. I've always been a shoujo fan, I've always been interested in it, and I feel like that has inspired me to do some things that maybe sometimes I wouldn't. Vampire romance has really been one of those things that's been, my thing since I was very, young. I always liked the idea of having that sort of immortal connection to somebody. And it's kind of sweet, and it can be bittersweet, and I've always just really found them to be interesting. One of the things that keeps me going is the fact that I can look back at these and get inspired by them. And it's kind of hard sometimes to actually figure out and visualize, like, where I'm coming from, or, like, where I need to go. I can look back at any sort of shoujo manga that I want, and I can be like, oh, yes, yes, perfect, this is exactly what I want. Or I can sit there and go, yeah, that's cool and all, and I love it, but I don't know where to go. Part of being inspired and part of wanting to drive to do and create is really rooted in your ability to make new out of old. I am not actually particularly pleased with this piece. I think it's actually probably the worst piece that I've put out recently, which is saying something because I've done some stellar work in the past few months. But I've also kind of realized that I don't really care because I was experimenting and learning, and that's also important for creativity. Being able to understand and act upon the fact that you are... how do I put this? Being able to act and understand upon the fact that you are doing something is pretty, like, integral. If you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, I want to do something so bad, but I don't know what to do, oh, you're never gonna get anywhere. This is very off topic. Recently, I've been watching a guy who does a lot of free cleanings for people, and one of the things that he does is he says, if you ever feel overwhelmed by a task, this is specifically relating to cleaning, but I think it actually relates back, just move something. If you're feeling like your creative drive is suffering and you're just sitting there racked with art block and looking at it and going, oh god, I don't know what I can do, it's always helpful to just do something. Of course, like, I am the worst at it. I will sit here and stare at a blank canvas for hours, and this project actually took me about 2 weeks in total. The amount of footage that you're looking at, is pretty, substantial. If I actually had to, count it up, I will actually put the total amount of time spent in this video, down in the bottom down here. But I spent, like, a really good amount of time. By now, I imagine, I'm kind of recording this without watching the video, but I imagine we're either getting into coloring or we're, like, nearly, like, partway through coloring. The interspersed shots that you are seeing of my lovely hands, came at recommendation. I didn't know what to do to add more to this to make it a little bit more enjoyable, so I kind of opted for just showing off my hands. I think being creative and having a drive to be creative can be intimidating because it requires a lot from you mentally, but like that guy said, who I'll actually link below because he's pretty chill, you just gotta move. Find what you're enjoying, find what you're inspired by, and maybe take that and start moving towards something. You're never going to get anywhere standing still. I know I say it a lot during streams and during, like, talks where somebody's like, oh, I can't draw. And I go, yes, you can, you just haven't tried. I feel like that applies. There's this thing that I like to think about where it's like, if I am doing something, I'm going to do it in such a way that I'm going to get better at it. It's always think smarter, not harder. So when I'm sitting here drawing and I've got a block, you know, I go in, I look at references, or I take a break. Maybe I draw something else. Maybe I work on a commission that, you know, I've been lingering on and I haven't quite finished yet, but it's in, like, the final stages. Or I go watch something that I enjoy, and that usually amps my creativity up. Now, that doesn't work for everybody, and my method isn't really a, like, one-size-fits-all. This is just the ramblings of a mad woman who decided to do this for her thing. I mean, to kind of touch on that, I feel like I've been rambling a lot. the majority of this video, I really wanted to kind of highlight the fact that there's a lot that you can find in creativity if you happen to spend the time that you want exploring what you love. For me, what I love is very specific. I hyperfixate really easily. But for you, it could be something completely different. And honestly, like, you should probably consider doing what makes you happy more than what a random girl on the internet says, you know? These videos that are going to come out monthly, because that is the challenge that has been set out for me, is a video a month, are probably going to be in the same format. We might talk about something different. It might be a subject matter that I want to talk about. It might be, you know, just me rambling about the piece that I'm working on. I kind of wanted these to be, oh, there's a dog. I kind of wanted these to be, hello, baby. I kind of wanted these to be, yes, you're so cute. You're eating up my time. She's here to stay. Oh, baby. I want these videos to be kind of vlog style, where you guys get the chance to, maybe get to know me a little bit better. When I'm on stream, you know, I'm pretty open, but I feel like when I'm just sitting here rambling to myself, I can get a little bit more, close to what I'm actually like. I want this to be kind of a record of both my progress and what makes me happy, and what I experiment with, and who I work with, and what I do, and when I do it. And I think a video a month on one piece is something that I can really easily handle, as well as something that I can, pretty simply put, spend time on and it not feel like a huge obligation. They'll probably come out near the ends of the month, just because I have to have time to record the pieces that I'm working on. But, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of everything that I could do. I want to maybe experiment with doing stuff in other styles, doing challenges and stuff like that for myself. Working towards being a more varied artist is basically what I'm going for. I think that, you know, as I go on a journey of learning more about my art and learning more about myself, I tend to understand a lot more about who I am. And that's something that I do want to share with the class. I want to share who I am. Like, that is something I've always been really authentic. And I want to keep that authenticity pretty strong. So sorry, my dog's knocking into my chair. What is up, Tinker Pup? Those of you who don't know, I have a dog named Dingus. Hi, baby. Get out of there. No, it's not for you. You're screwing up the video. You're so cute. But anyways, I've gone on for a little bit too long. Here is the final product here. It is very much going to be a, how do I put it? It's crunchy. I'm not entirely happy. Oh, baby. I'm not entirely happy with the colors that I put in. Baby girl! But I think that it worked out pretty well. And I am going to call it here. Thank you guys for sitting through this video, watching, hearing Dingus. Do you have anything to say before we go? Got something to say? Want to say something for the class? No. Oh. Yeah. Like and subscribe and all that. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me your money. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for sitting through again, and thank you for giving me some time. I hope to see you guys next month. I'm gonna try and focus on putting out quality content and working towards getting a bigger and more exciting future going. Alright. Be good. Do good things. Thank you, Dingus. Bye-bye!